Alex is an Ontario man whose mother is living with very serious chronic pain, was forced tapered off long-standing opioid medication, and now receives nothing. Alex joins us on the Roy Green Show on the Chorus Radio Network. Alex, thanks for coming on. You and I have only been talking, we've only talked once and only exchanged emails once in the last couple of days. I just want people to be aware of that. How long has your mother struggled against chronic pain?
Well, my mom has fibromyalgia, and she's been struggling with that for about 25 years.
And how long was she successfully treated with opioid pain medication?
She was being treated with fentanyl for about 15 years, but then about 4 years ago, under pressure from the College of Physicians and Surgeons, our doctor forced my mom off fentanyl because if he continued to prescribe it, he risked having his license revoked. I should point out that this was an arbitrary decision made against my mom's will and her best interests. There was never any indication that opioids were harming her in any way. In fact, that medication drastically improved her quality of life and ability to function.
Did the doctor say that he was afraid he would lose his license or he would be disciplined by the college if he continued to prescribe fentanyl prescription for your mom?
Yes, he did, and he actually was investigated by the CPSO for his opioid prescribing. There was no action taken against him. But yeah, he said that, and my mom has also gotten the same story from two other specialists whom she's seen about her condition.
You contacted the CPSO, the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. How did that go?
Well, they tried to obfuscate the fact that they have been pressuring doctors to stop prescribing opioids and just basically tried to blame our doctor, so they weren't really of any help.
And I've had doctors say this to me as well, that they've been warned that they should stop prescribing, and then I've called the college and I've asked them to be on this program and submit to an interview, and once they came close, but every other time they backed away. Who else did you contact on behalf of your mother, and what happened?
We sent letters to our MP and our MPP, but neither one of them responded. I've also been in contact with Health Canada and the Ministry of Health. Both essentially agreed with what I was saying, but just passed the buck to the CPSO.
How's your mother's life without the pain meds?
Well, her life has pretty much been ruined. The quality of life's been destroyed. She is in agonizing pain all day, every day, and basically lost hope for the future. We have a very strong family unit, and we do everything that we possibly can to make her comfortable, but without that medication, her health is rapidly deteriorating, and things are only going to get worse, I'm afraid.
When you were talking with a representative of the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, did they in any way suggest to you that they might be willing to intercede with your doctor? Because not so long ago, the college sent out an advisory to doctors suggesting to them, and strongly suggesting, that they shouldn't just arbitrarily remove patients from their opioid medications, that it should be done in consultation with an agreement with the doctor, as I understand, right, as I remember that particular missive. So did they ever suggest to you that they would intercede?
Well, I actually asked them to make clear to my doctor that there was no reason for him to be withholding the medication that my mom needs. They offered to basically investigate him again, but refused to. I mean, it's interesting because they'll tell doctors what they're not allowed to prescribe, but they claim that they refuse to get involved in trying to advise a doctor on what they should prescribe.
I take it you wouldn't be reluctant to speak with the college, if they choose to do this, on the radio with me.
No, not at all. I'd love that, actually.
So the invitation's out again. I'll call them and send them an email and ask them again. What did you think while you were listening to Dr. Crabtree from the University of British Columbia and what she told us?
Well, I just read through the study that was co-authored by Dr. Crabtree earlier today, and I mean, it clearly shows that the government's policies on opioid prescribing are an utter failure. When you have only 2% of opioid overdoses being caused by prescriptions, it's pretty obvious that chronic pain patients are not the problem here. But for whatever reason, they've decided to scapegoat chronic pain patients, and there seems to be a concerted effort to marginalize people with chronic pain. I mean, the bottom line, doctors should not be forced to make these kinds of decisions, and I don't think anyone should be forced to suffer when the treatment that works for them is readily available.